All right, gonna just wait a few more minutes here before we start. Can someone let me know in the chat that they can hear me okay? Hey, Emerald, how you doing? Excellent, thank you, Emerald. Thanks for letting me know. Emerald, I'm gonna say a number, and can you type it in as soon as you hear it? I just want to see what kind of lag there is. So the number is 26. Yeah, I'm gonna say a number, and if you could just type in the number in the chat, I just want to see what kind of lag there is. So the number is 26. Just type that in. Oh, thank you. So a 13-second lag. So from when I speak to what you hear, it's 13 seconds. So that's not too bad. All right, well, I'm just gonna get going here and people can come and go, but I'm gonna start recording this. All right, and let's move on to the charts. All right, so the US dollar index, so they came down really close to that zone that I had, but they didn't quite reach into it. So I think, and what I see so far is just that they made this a big 1, 2, 3 move, and I think that's just going to be A. So after this 5-wave move up, I think that's just the first part of the correction. And now so far we do have 3 waves. Oops, a little 1, 2, 3 wave move. And I think that they'll be either B is done, or because when I really drill in down to like a 30-minute chart here, this doesn't quite look done yet, this move up. So, because I just see, oops, a 1, 2, 3 wave move right there. So it looks to me like they're making a running flat correction. So this first wave move, that was A down to here. And then this was B, and I think they'll probably come down, somewhere into like this range, 106.50. And maybe a little bit lower, and give you this kind of a look, and then still one more up. And so, oops, they'll probably come back up. Actually, I mean, they'll come back down to the 106, I don't know, 40s or so. Go back up one more time, break that, and then I'd really like to see them get rejected and come back down into this zone. So break that 105.35. Because as I've been saying, just reading your comment, Emerald. Yeah, if you expect one more down in the market, that would make sense. They're not quite done with the Dixie going up. Yeah, correct. Yeah, so I really do see that what I see in the dollar is really matching up with what I see in the markets, the NASDAQ, S&P, Russell. So, because if we really zoom out again, as I've been saying, I think that this was all WXY, and I'm expecting a 3-wave move here, and then they come back down and take out that 99 low. So undo that. So zooming in, that's why I think they're in the process of completing B, come back down, take out 105.53, and then somewhere down in here. Now, they could push it real low if they want. I would think it's just going to be kind of a shallow correction, but then one more up. And I think this up move will coincide with the stock market indexes selling off then, so now how high this wave will go, that remains to be seen. But I do see one more, because then this will be just a big ABC correction, and then it'll sell off, and then it's at that point then the stock market will rally. That'll pay. I'm just reading your next comment. That'll probably take the oil a bit more up before it goes down too. Yeah, correct. I agree with that. Okay, so that's the overall theme that I see for the dollar index. And so then when we look at the other pairs, you're going to see a very similar pattern, but just in the opposite direction. So for the euro, just like the dollar, I really only see a 3-wave move up to here, and they came really close into that zone. And just like the dollar, there is a 3-wave move, but this 3-wave move doesn't look done. So I think this is gonna still chop around. Now I will say that there is the potential that they're gonna make a running flat here. So if they do come and break this, then you're gonna have some kind of a look like that. And then the running flat will look like that. So because they're just getting really low down here. So, but either way, it's a correction. It'd be nice if they could just kind of come down a little bit more, then come back up, and then go back down one more time, like we saw in the dollar. So that's the euro. All right, Emerald, reading your next comment. Looks like we're bound to have a Santa rally by the looks of it if the Dixie goes that low. Yeah, I think it's kind of timing up that way, that the dollar reversal will be happening, in the next, I don't know, month or so. So, maybe sometime in November, which, I think is also going to be coinciding with, that's the next FOMC meeting. And, I could definitely see the Fed not raising rates. People go crazy loving that. Maybe even into December, then they don't raise rates again. Market really loves that. So then you have two consecutive FOMC meetings where they don't raise rates, and each time the market just keeps pumping up. The only caveat is, that whole wall of worry thing is just, it's kind of getting crazy now. You got two wars going on, and just who knows what's going to happen in the Middle East. So that's why, if those events just kind of simmer down, I think the market can go up. But, obviously, if the Middle East explodes, all bets are off. All right, but let's move on here. So that's the euro, and then the pound. It's going to have the same thing, but as I said, I've got this as a five-way move down. So it for sure, I think this has to give a correction now that just like the euro. You got that three-wave move up, and you get the exact same pattern down. You got three down. They're getting really close to that low. So that's why this could be making a running flat here. So we'll know in the next probably 2 to 3 days, I would think, because if they can just come down here, but then shoot back up, then that's going to be a perfect three-wave little correction followed by more down. So the euro and the pound have a very similar look. And then if we look at the yen is starting to look possibly like it's doing something different. I'm going to zoom way out to the daily. So I've been thinking that, after this big move up like that, this is just the first part of the correction. And then they had this running flat. And that'd be an ABC, and then they would come all the way back down. But this is starting, I don't like how they completed this five-wave move up. And I thought that could possibly be, this was A, this whole running flat was B, and then they came up five ways for C. So ABC. But given that they had that spike down, and now they're almost right back to that 150.16 level. This is looking more now like it's creating an impulse. So instead of ABC, this could be 1, 2, 3, and I want to see them come down into this zone for 4, and then if they go back up and break, then that's an impulse. And then I think that the yen is going to be making a running flat. So, all right, let me read your next comment there. I'd be curious to see you analyze the 10-year yield chart, see if anything lines up together. Yeah, we can. I was actually yesterday. I had the same idea. I looked at the 2-year yield, and I can show you what I see there, and I think it's kind of matching up. It's actually at a bigger level, bigger time frame that I can show you. But yeah, let me continue on with these currencies, and then we can do that. So this now I want to see. So it'd be nice if it came down into this zone and then went back out, because then I definitely know. Well, I feel like I know what's going on. That they're going to create that big running flat, and then then the dollar yen is just really going to be going up. So at that spike, and so far we got a three-wave move up. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. So I'd really like to see it sell off and then take out that low, but really come down even into this zone here. So at least come down to 147.11. give you an ABC, and that'd be 4, like I said. So that'd be 1, 2, coming up for 3, 4, and then 5. And then at that point, somewhere you'll get a bigger correction, but then obviously still more up. So the dollar yen is looking actually quite bullish. So, which kind of makes sense because I know the Japanese Fed is trying to devalue, so makes sense there. All right, let me see. All right, and the CAD. And the CAD too now is starting to look quite bullish to me. So, I'll go out to a daily. So after this 5-wave move up from the June 21 low, I have WXYXZ, which is a complete correction. And so that means that the low could be in, and now they're going all the way up, and I'm going to take out that 139.77 level. And that's what it looks like they're doing. So going back to a 4-hour, and so far I just see a bunch of 3-wave move up. So here's ABC, and then they did this little ABC here, and now there's another ABC. So it's either one of two things. It's either that's ABC for a W, ABC, X, Y, and now they're going to come down, or they could actually, I guess, make the XZ wave. But this is just so impulsive that this is looking like the start of a leading diagonal to me. So it looks like that's 1, 2, 3. Now this, I think, has to come back down and take out 135.69, because then you'd have a nice 1, 2, 3, and that'd be 4, and then they'll go up in 3 waves one more time, and then you'd have, I think that'd be a perfect leading diagonal. So I think the euro and the pound could be seeing soon, not yet, but soon they could be seeing some strength. But the yen and the CAD look like they've got more up to go. So that'll be interesting. All right, let me see. All right. So that's the currency pair. So yeah, let me just take a quick look at, I think the 2-year and the 10-year have the same, US, where is my, it's on the other, just let me go to my watch list and the US 2-year. Yeah, so, so here's the 2-year that I was looking at. We'll go out to a daily. And there's a couple of things that are potentially in play here. And right now there could be 5 waves in. So like, they're like doing a diagonal format. So that was 1, that was 2. I think this is 1, 2, 3. There is a potential that was 3, 4, and 5. But I think this is 3, this is 4, and there is this ABC already, so that's a 3-wave pattern, and that could be 5, so 5 waves, and now they're going to start to correct, but then it's going to still go back up. And so it's possible, but that the 5-year is in, which means that this is going to start to correct it, but it's not acting like it wants to go down. So this ABC could like just be the first part, and then they're going to correct down for B, and then still one more up. But either way, like I only see limited upside in the 2-year, because I think this is it's either the 5th wave is in at 5202, or they're going to kind of correct here, which is exactly what it looks like, and then they're going to go back up one more time. And so that back up move would coincide with the market selling off one more time, all of them creating their lows. And then this 5 wave move in the yield would be done somewhere up above 5.2. And then you get a big correction. And then this big correction would coincide with the markets all rallying. So that's why I do see the yields aligning with what I kind of see in the markets, and in the dollar too. So I do like that aspect, that it's all making sense. At least I could see a path forward where what the yields are going to do are going to coincide with what the dollar is going to do, which would coincide with what exactly the markets are going to do. So yeah, that's what I see. What else you got, Emerald? Anything? Looks like you and there's just one other person. So that's really all I've got for the Forex pairs. Nice. Excellent. Did I make bank with the volatility last week? Did I make bank? What do you mean by bank? Did I like book profit, you mean? Yeah, did I make profit? I did a little. I got caught though. I thought the markets, they were going to have one more up move, and it was really dumb of me because I was just trying to play for just a small wave up. So I had to take a loss on that. But I mean I was waiting for the drop because I kind of figured that they were making like that X wave on the on the Nasdaq. So I was waiting for that, but then I was like, well, since they're going to be going up, and I started to count the waves, and I got a little choppy up at the top, and I thought they were creating the 4th wave, and then there was going to be one more wave up for the 5th, and I tried to play for that one, and that was stupid. I should have just waited because I knew that either the 5th wave was in or one more, and I'm just trying to play for that little bit. That was dumb. You sold on Friday morning? Wow. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, and if you sold early enough on Friday, then like all you need to do now is just kind of sit and wait and see what happens. Because if everything lines up the way I'm seeing it, I mean, you're going to be able to hold on to that trade for a while. That'll be really nice. So the VIX. So yeah, we could take a look at the VIX. I haven't looked at this thing in a long time. I used to trade it, but then I just kind of realized, trading this is just like trading the indexes, but just the opposite. So yeah, obviously the VIX has been coming down. Yeah, see, that's the thing with this thing. It's like you almost have to go to a weekly to clean it up a little. Yeah, it's so choppy. So you got the bottom there. So like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So yeah, it looks like they created an impulse, a diagonal here. I got 5 waves down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, so 3 waves to there. So 5 waves. Now the only question is that a leading diagonal or an ending diagonal? I would have to say that that's an ending diagonal. Because I would think that this is like some kind of like 1, 2, 3, and then you got 3. You got like a leading diagonal there, correction up, and then one more down. So that's like a 1, 2, 3. And after that big up move, you do have 3 waves. But that only went up correctively. Yeah, the VIX is a little bit harder to trade. It's kind of ugly. It's tricky to trade, yes. Yeah, I agree. But I would have to say that I think well, a low is in. Because if you got 5 waves there, but this isn't going up. Well, kind of impulsive. Let's go down to a daily. So you clearly got 3 waves up. 1, 2, 3, and then you got 1, 2, 3 down, and now they almost came and broke that high. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'd expect them to go up and break that in 5 waves, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. So here's 1, 2, 3, and then they came down to here, ended there, so that could be 4. So I could see another spike up and take out that high of 20, what is that, 2088. Then you'd have a 335. And then at that point, somewhere up here, you'd get another correction down. So makes sense that the VIX is going to shoot up, which would make sense in what I see that the markets are going to sell off. So the VIX rises up, gives you a 5-wave move up, and then somewhere above there, then they'll have to make a correction. So yeah, that makes sense. All right, anything else, Emerald, you got? I got 3 people watching here, so anybody got any questions? Oh, hey, well, let me ask you, Emerald. How's the video quality? Is it the same as when I just do a normal YouTube recording? Is it the same like resolution? Excellent. Thank you for letting me know about that. All right, Emerald. Well, I appreciate you watching, and the others who are watching, appreciate it. Hope it all helps. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video on probably Wednesday, unless something big happens. I'll create a special video then. But Yeah, good luck to you all, and I will see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.